Participants of all ages gathered at the Colonel Clifton Recreation Centre in Swift Current for the third annual Tell Us Walk for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. And despite the frosty temperatures, participants showed their enthusiasm for the fundraiser as they made their way along the path through Elmwood Park and along Chaplin Street. With many dressing up in unique apparel like Cindy and Rick Redekop, who wore handmade costumes representing diabetic supplies. This is the third year the Redekops have participated in the walk, as type 1 diabetes has hit their family close to home.
My oldest daughter has been diabetic for many years. She's going to be 15 next month. She's been diabetic since she was 6. And she had a really long, hard struggle getting her blood sugar under control. And it's just this last April that she's had good control. She got an insulin pump. And, because this walk puts the money specifically to juvenile diabetes as opposed to type 2, it really makes an impact on research on things such as the pump for minors. So it's made a huge impact on our lives. So we just, we want to give back.
And as families like the Redekops walk to find a cure for type 1 diabetes, the Southwest Sharps Committee hopes to also raise awareness of the illness as a whole. Donna Gatsky is a parent of a type 1 diabetic and one of the founding members of the organization, and says education of the different forms of diabetes is key.
It is important for our group because as parents of type 1 children, we want the community to realize that type 1 diabetes is different than type 2. There are actually 3 forms of diabetes, and our group wants to raise awareness so that people understand that our children woke up one day with type 1 diabetes, and it wasn't a result of their food choices or their inactivity. It's just an autoimmune disease that has attacked their bodies, and now they're insulin dependent for life. So, and we want the people to realize that there was nothing they did. And as our group has been in the public with our children as diabetics, we've had different comments made to us that maybe if they would have ate properly or exercised or whatever. So there's a lot of misconceptions, and that's the importance of why this group is there, is to raise awareness.
And as Gatsky and other parents hope for a cure in the near future, she stresses the importance of continued donations to fund research through the JDRF.
The funds for JDRF go to research, and that is ultimately why we have chose JDRF to fundraise for, is because 80% of the money goes right back into research, and our families of our children, we have seen the benefits. They have the technology has improved immensely over the years, and we have people that are on insulin pumps, and actually JDRF is able to put into each home a tester, which is everybody that has diabetes, whether it's type 1, type 2, they're able to have their own testing, where before you had to go to the hospital, you used to have to use urine sticks to do that. So JDRF funds the research and advances technology, and then it also works for that cure.
The 2012 national goal is to raise $7.9 million through the Tell Us Walk to cure diabetes. According to stats from the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, 300,000 Canadians are living with type 1 diabetes.